until the yellow stuff called pollen fills the air.
It's just awful. It's everywhere,
And then it falls on your car.
including on my glasses,
Pollen on the ground
in my throat,
and the benches.
all over your jacket.
It just sticks there.
I can't have my car looking dirty.
Folks, this is getting out of line, okay? Jussie Smollett's grandmother was targeted. Her name is Darnell Bird McPherson. Now, that's a little bit of a weird name for a woman. I don't know where that name comes from. She was targeted. She claims this was a hate crime, okay? Racism. She's also known to be a Democrat. She is the mayor of a small town in South Carolina. This is getting so crazy. Okay? I guess the husband came out. They saw this yellow stuff on the car. And she saw this. And it was a hate crime. And it was violent. And she was traumatized. She says here on the Newsweek, the incident happened last night. Even though I drove my car today, I thought it was pollen. My husband and our neighbor noticed the cars looked like someone had sprayed painted on both of our vehicles, which were parked in the front yard. It ignited some fear in my spirit. My God, who would do that? It was something, it was unnerving to me. This has gotten out of line, folks. Jussie Smollett's grandmother, out of line. Now, it was investigated by the Darlington County Sheriffs. They said we found it to be pollen. There was no reason for us to collect the sample. Now, they're also reporting that she's in denial. She's not convinced. The sticky substance is something that it took 2 different solutions to get off. Unfortunately, the mayor had no samples before the cars were pressured. Watch twice. Of course they don't have no samples, right? Hashtag Jussie Smollett.
Why do you think you were targeted?
I can just assume, I come really, really hard against 45. I come really, really hard against his administration. And I don't hold my tongue.
I support Jussie Smollett's grandmother. Jussie Smollett's grandmother was a target. I'll even say that this was Trump's fault. Trump had something to do with this. You know, the other day I was in traffic and I was stuck and I thought to myself, Trump had something to do with this. The other day I got charged an overdraft fee. You know what I thought? And I know Trump had something to do with this. This is an outrage. I was so disturbed when I heard about this woman being targeted with pollen. Racism. Hate crime. It struck fear in my heart.
If the attackers are never found, how will you be able to heal?
I don't know. Let's just hope that they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not go there yet. I was talking to a friend and I said, I just want them to find them. And she said, sweetie, they're not gonna find them.
So what I'll say is this. I've deleted literally like 5 minutes of my commentary after this because I was like, some of the stuff's inappropriate, some of the stuff is flying off the handle, and I'll keep it kind of nice. The 2020 election is going to be very interesting. I will say that a lot of people are waking up, people that are black, Spanish, Chinese, all different colors, all different cultures, Mexican. They're done voting for the same crap and never getting any results. They're done with that failure of a president, Barack Obama. Now, there's some people that keep supporting it. That's fine. You're going to support it until the day you die and never see any kind of change. You know what I'm saying? Trump has brought some change. Most of the people, I've said it so many times, they love to be lied to. They don't want to be told the truth. They want to be lied to. So continue to believe in Jussie. Continue to believe in this governor. Continue to believe in the idiots. Fall for all this stuff. Send your donations to them. Whatever. 2020 is going to be interesting. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not upset about this stuff. This stuff is amazing because it's never been on such a display before. Never, never. I mean, look at Ocasio. One of the, she's the laughing stock in Congress from New York. This woman's a retard. Literally, a retard. If you check out the Green New Deal. This woman does not belong in there, but she's a socialist. And it's amazing to me sometimes, the people that are in this country that believe in socialism. There's people that believe in it. Look at Venezuela. Look at all these other countries out there that are suffering because there's one guy at the top and there's nothing they can do. They have no freedom. We have freedom here.
You a communist? Huh? How'd you like it? They tell you all the time what to do, what to think, what to feel. Do you want to be like a cheap? Like all those other people, man? Do you want to work 8, 10 f***ing hours? You own nothing? You got nothing? Do you want a chivato on every corner, man, looking after you, watching everything you do, everything you say, man? Do you know I eat octopus 3 times a day?
And there's people that still hate this country that don't appreciate it. And my sentiment has always been, hey, if you're so unhappy, if you're so ungrateful, get out of here and go back to whatever home country you came from. Seriously. I can't stand people that whine, cry, complain, and do nothing about it. If you're so unhappy here and it's so bad, go back to a socialist country and live there. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. That's just my thoughts, yo. I can't wait to see the craziness unravel in these people as more desperate they get, because they know there's financial gain and notoriety in victimhood, because people of color, some of them, they support this stuff, because the same people that are so outspoken against racism, when you have people that make a mockery out of racism, well, no, it's not that serious. And there's this systemic thing that's holding him back and it forced him to do this, so it's okay. Oh, and yes, this person does have a very long criminal rap sheet, but he was forced to do all these crimes because the system put him in this situation. Yes, he touched children, but it was the system. And the thing was that there were snitches within the system of the hood that snitched on him and that caught him to get caught. So the system perpetuated this to force him to do all these crimes, and now the system has wrapped him inside the system. The system protects the system because the system is ever evolving and rejuvenating and protecting itself. The system is run by the whites, but the whites don't actually control it because it's a matrix that controls itself that was set from the birth of mankind. Yes, he may have killed his mother, his father, his sister, his brother, but it was the systemic system that enforced him and perpetuated him to kill his mother, his father, his sister, his brother. Now, the system is ever evolving with the superhuman consciousness. Now, it is white, the ever long evolving white of the superhuman conscious system that took over. Now, the system, even though the Arabs dominated all races and put them into slavery, well, that was a system implanted into the system to protect the whites. It was a fallback safety system, you see, to protect them, to make them non-incomplicit in all the crimes that they have created. The whites, as we all know, were the only ones in mankind in history to ever enslave any kind of race. Now, the system is a little redundant. The system is ever evolving. The system is systematic in the system's implementation of the system and has software upgrades every 4 to 5 months to keep the system up to date. However, the system does sometimes get systematically hacked, and this is where you could have these creations or these viruses that control people like Jussie Smollett or the governor to act out in the systematic viruses that are not in their control, and it's not of their fault, but it's the system's vulnerabilities that have become over the years, and the system's viruses of the white people that have created the viruses within their own system to make it look like they're innocent, but they're not. They're very complicit in the system that was systematically implemented into our minds and matrix to flow through our bodies, through our systematic bodies, and the systematic church that is also systematic within the white Jesus, because white Jesus actually started the system and created the system. And the white Jesus is not the real Jesus, but it's this brown Jesus. He's Latino, he's a Mexican, and that Latino Mexican is actually not even the real Jesus. He's the second Jesus to the first Jesus, but the real Jesus of all Jesuses is a darker skin complexion Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But that darker skin complexion Jesus is actually a system implementation of falsities, falsificacies, right? That implemented more confusion within the system. Okay, the true creator of the system was the white Jesus to fool people from the brown colored Jesus. The brown colored Jesus is the true Jesus of all Jesuses.
I see potential subscribers.
Subscribe for more. This is the mother info war.